unified rules of combat. Is there any questions on anything as far as what those rules are, what the fouls are, anything like that? Anything that you're not sure of right now, ask a question, we will answer it to the best of our ability. There's most of the things that we talk about fouls within the unified rules. We will try to cover those as best we can in the caves. There's sometimes that we will, see things that you look at, you think it's a foul, and we're going to say, no, it's not. It's just the way it is. That's our judgment against yours, and sometimes what we do is based upon the rules where you think it's a certain way and it's not. So I'll go over some of those. The basic things, and no biting, no eye gouging, no hair pulling, all that stuff. Please, be a competitor, be smart. Small joint manipulation is if you go and you bend 3 or more, you're good. You need to peel that hand back. Don't grab 1 finger, don't grab 2. If you grab 3 or more, you can peel it back. That would be legal. Anything less is small joint manipulation. That is only your toes and your fingers. All right? Back of the head, when we talk about the back of the head, stay off of the back of the head, and what that is not what that earphone that most people hear about. It's not what a doctor would call the back of the head. Under the unified rules, it is a mohawk area from the crown of your head. I'm going to turn Greg around. So it's from this point. So everything here forward is legal. From this point right here, going straight down his back, all the way to his tailbone with a 1-inch variance. So it's like putting a piece of duct tape all the way down. That's the illegal area. When it comes to the neck here, the nape of the neck, it covers that whole neck. So if I hit him here, that's not the back of the head under the unified rules. That's a legal punch. Is that clear to everybody? Any questions about that? Everyone understands you can take, and we're going to tell you, we would like to see you target the ear of your opponent. If you get a good position on your opponent, target their ear, knowing that as long as you touch a part of that ear, you're legal. It's going to be a legal blow. It's when you get past and you get to that center line is when we will call it. If you have a good position on your opponent, we tell you, control what you're doing and target the area you're punching at. Don't start to go crazy and just wing punches that don't have a lot of power. Pick your area and target it. If your opponent turns their head during that time, and you go and you hit them square to the back of the head because you're punching and they turn their head, we're going to call it out and tell you, watch the back of the head. That does not make it an illegal blow. It's a fair blow based upon your opponent turning their head. They caused it to hit the illegal area. But if you hit it a second time, you're asking Greg or I to stop your fight, take you out of a good position, and possibly take points off your score. So when you hear us tell you watch back of the head, alter the area that you were going at. If you were using that right hand, bring it over the top or switch to your left hand. Clear to everyone what the back of the head is. Any questions on it? Okay? Don't take your hand, go straight up and bring it straight down like that. That's the only elbow strike you can't do. Any elbow strike that has an arc to it in any fashion, this way, back, there's an arc, it's legal. It does not matter that if you put it in this position, this is the same elbow strike as that. Once you take it out of that, from the sky to the ground position, it's legal. There's only one elbow strike you can't do, and that's that. So anything other than that, you're good to go. Okay? Don't take your hand, bring it straight up and straight down. It's the only thing we'll tell you. Knee strikes, when it comes to knee strikes with a grounded opponent, please do not hit someone with a knee strike. If you think they're grounded, go to a point other than what is their head or face. A grounded opponent in MMA is going to be anybody right now that we say anything more than just the soles of your feet. Same as a boxer. If you have anything more than the soles of your feet on the ground, they are a grounded opponent. So if you think that they're close to being grounded, don't go to their head with a knee. If you get in a position where you want to try to use the rule by putting your hand down to the ground and make yourself grounded, you can do that. Put your hand down to the ground. It's legal for you to do. They cannot attack your head or face. But if you put your hand down to the ground, keep it on the ground until you decide to get up. And when you decide to get up, get up. Don't try to take your hand, pick it up. If you think you see a knee and you're going to put your hand back down to beat that knee, it will not be considered a foul. It will be considered a legal blow. And if it knocks you out of the fight, you're going to be out of the fight. Is that clear to everybody? Okay? If you knock your opponent down, you have them down, you can kick their body. Do not kick them to the head or face. When they go down, we will not sit there and talk to you during the fight as far as asking you questions. We will make statements to you, such as watch the back of the head, let go of the fence, things like that. We will never ask you a question. If you knock your opponent down, you're in control of the position. If you want to keep them down, then stay pressed up on them. We look at it, we'll see that you're pressed on them. We will let you have time to work in keeping that person on the ground, kick to their body, kick to their legs, whatever you want. If you look at it, you want them up, step back away from them, we will automatically come between and make them get up. The person in the standing position has the power of where that fight's going to be. You want to keep it down, keep pressed, you want them standing up, back off, and we'll get them up. Is that clear for everybody? Okay, don't hold on to the cage in any fashion of holding the material, holding the fencing material, any of it to control your position or your opponent's. Your hands can go on it. Your fingers can actually go through it. That doesn't matter. That is not holding the cage. It's when you start to grab a hold of it to control it, that's when it becomes illegal. We're going to be telling you, let go of the cage. We might even come and actually slap at your hand to get it away from the cage, or pull your hand off of the cage. If we do that, and we actually cause you to go down, too bad. You're doing something illegal. Continue on with your fight. You're now on the ground with it. That's because you were doing something. We have to get your hand off of it. If you get a good position, we'll say that your opponent goes to take you down and you use it in a way that your opponent now ends up underneath you. We can guarantee that we are going to come in and go, stop. You're going to feel our hands on top of you. We're going to pull you out of that position. We will not let you stay with the position based upon you using the fence in legal fashion, and you'll be lucky if we don't take a point from you under that situation, okay? So use it. Use it to walk your feet, push off of it. That's all good. Don't keep your toes with the monkey toes holding onto it. That's illegal too. Just put your feet up on it, use it like it's that wall, and you know you're good. Okay? Any questions about the fence at all? All right? When it comes to the real things about fighting and what we look at as far as positioning and things like that, if you take your opponent to the ground, we will give you time to fight. But that's all we need to see is that you're fighting. If you take someone down, we're going to say you want to be there. Show us you want to be there by staying active and going. We don't care what you do. It's for your decision on how you want to fight your fight. We don't care if you're there to strike. We don't care if you're there to go for position and for submission. That is completely up to you. But show us that you are working towards something. If you are down on the ground and you're in someone's guard and you're putting your head down towards their chest and you're hitting body, head, that is not being active. That is you stalling the fight. You want to see something, the first thing we're going to tell you is we will tell you to work. That's your first warning of, I need to see more out of you. If you don't get anything, if we don't get anything off of that, the next thing you're going to hear from either Greg or I is improve your position. When we say improve your position, that means that you have basically two choices. You can either pass that guard, start passing their guard right now, or post up and pass, or post up and start laying down punches on them or elbows. But you must do it immediately, because if you stay with what you're doing, you're asking us to stand you up, and we will. We'll put our hands in it until you stop, and we'll stand you up. Is that clear to everyone? I will never, Greg will never, tell you to improve your position once you get into side control. You get into side control, you're in a dominant position. I'm not going to tell you to improve your position, so now you have to think, I have to go to mount. I'm not here to tell you to go to mount. From side control on, we will tell you, work. That's all we're going to tell you. So if you're in that position, you're in a dominant position, you want to stay with it, you get busy. Stay working. We don't want to pull you out of it. If you get you get side control, you get mount, you get their back, all we ask is that you show us that you're busy, and you'll never be pulled out of those things. It's only if you decide, all right, I have someone's back in the seatbelt, just hold on. You're stalling my fight. You're asking me to pull you out of a very advantageous position. If you stay with what you're doing when we tell you to work, then that's the only times it'll happen. The more neutral positions of guard and half guard are when we will be standing you up the most. Is that clear for everyone? If you get hurt during the fight, you get hit with a punch, you go down, all we expect is that you show us that you want to be in this fight. Show me that you want to be there. Show me you're trying to fight back. Show me you're trying to get yourself in a position where you can defend yourself. That's what we're looking for. If you take both of your hands, put them on one side of your face, and curl your legs up, and go into a side position with someone over the top of you hitting you, you're not trying to fight, you're trying to hide and get away from something that you have become overwhelmed with, and I'm guaranteeing you're tapping out and we're going to stop the fight. Is that clear to everybody? That is not fighting. That's you showing that you have been overwhelmed. So show us you want to stay in the fight. If you get hit, you want to put your hands up, put your hands up. We do not care how many punches are being thrown. We care where the punches are landing and how much damage they're doing. So if you're getting hit with damaging punches, you're going to hear me or Greg tell you either fight back, or move, get out, We need to see that you're trying to at least move the position so you can try to stop what the person is doing, try to take away what they're attacking with. We don't care if you're successful, we care that you are trying. As long as you're trying, we will let the fight go on. It's when you don't try or you can't, you've been put in such a position, you're in a crucifix and you just keep on getting punches landing in the middle of your face and you don't know how to get out of it, you can't stop it. I'm telling you right now, the fight's going to come to an end. So clear for everybody. Okay? If you get caught in a submission, we will let you work your way out of every submission that there is. But understand, you know when you're caught. If you know that you're caught, you can't get yourself out of it, let us get you out. I don't care if you verbally tell us, you tap, whatever you want. Let us get you out of the fight before there's damage. If we see damage during the fight, I see a dislocation, see the arm go, something like that, the fight's over. You just lost. The fight is coming to an end, and you're going to get a long medical suspension from the Missouri Athletic Commission. So be smart about it. You know when you're caught, let us help get you out of this without you being injured. Okay? Clear to everybody about that. If you break a finger or you break a toe, you snap the finger over on your hand in the middle of the fight. If you want to stay in the fight, do not look at Greg or look at me or Mike and go, By doing that, what are you doing? You're asking for a timeout, you're going to get it, and it's going to be the end of the fight. If you want to continue on, continue on. Don't worry about it, we'll see it. If I see your toe kind of hanging off to the side, it's okay. We will let you fight with a broken or dislocated finger or toe as long as it's not compounded. If it breaks the skin and the bone sticking out, I hate to tell you the fight's over. Okay, is that clear for everybody? No question about it. Last thing we'll tell you is there's all kinds of things within the in-fight rules about sportsmanship, about do not flagrantly attack your opponent under the care of the referee, after the bell, all these things. What we will tell you is please give the sport of MMA the respect it deserves. Give Invicta the respect it deserves. Give the Missouri State Athletic Commission. Be competitive. Be as fierce as you want to be during that fight. When the fight's over, it's over. If we tell you stop, stop everything you're doing. Okay? Do not do something that's going to embarrass you or embarrass our sport, embarrass the Missouri Athletic Commission or this promotion of Invicta by doing something that's going to make you look bad. I guarantee you, in the end, you're going to end up losing that fight. Even if you choke somebody out, you know what? They tap and you decide to hold it on. You're not going to be good. It's not going to be good about the way we break it for you. And I guarantee you, they can be unconscious and you're going to be a loser. So be competitive. That's what you're here to do, is compete. Compete to your best. In the end, shake hands. Give praise to the people that, you know what, are the best on that issue. Any questions other than that? You want to go?
Other than what he said, I might have a few other words that he uses work. I use get busy. If I'm refereeing your fight, you're going to know exactly what I need, what I want, what I expect. So my words might be a little bit different than John's, but you'll know what I mean. You got it all.
Best of luck. Have a great fight tomorrow night.